Hey traders, I've just noticed another trading setup. Today is a Tuesday and it's 4 p.m. GMT. Now, EURUSD, this is a 2-hour time frame. I've patiently waited until this bearish engulfing candle has firmly closed. What I've actually seen here, okay, is yesterday we had a little bit of an uproar. We have this shooting star here with a small body and a Maribozu, and we also have a 3-pin formation. 1, 2, 3, the pin at the top, the wick at the top of this bearish engulfing, and it's a bearish engulfing. You can clearly see that. This overall, okay, 2-hour time frame. I'm literally just entered the trade. So the trade that I'm putting on the euro right now is in fact this one. Okay, so I'm short. Right, I'm placing my stop loss, guys, 20 pips above the middle wick here. All right, so the middle wick is 1.1350. I'm going to go for 1.1317. Okay, now on this one, I'm going to go and aim for my daily support level as a target. So it's a 1 to 1.8 risk reward on this Euro USD. So 1 to 1.8 risk reward. I'm currently short. I've waited patiently for the 2-hour candlestick to close. Pretty tight stop loss, 47 pips, aiming for 87 pips. Now, with that being said, that's the trade done. Okay, I'm in, very fast paced. Hopefully this will come through. But let me just go on to the daily time frame just to show you what's actually happened on the daily time frame. Now, in the last couple of weeks, Euro USD has been it's always choppy recently. All right, but in the last week or so alone, we can see this huge move here. Now, what I've actually witnessed is that we've got an area, of daily resistance right above us from this pin over here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I've used that as a daily area of resistance. Daily candle at the moment, yes, we had the highs. It's currently a doji. But I do believe Euro USD could start to see some further decline now because, as I mentioned, we are still under the daily resistance, but we could also be putting in a new lower swing high from here and here. So Euro could in fact get ready to see a new leg down. If I just go over to the 4-hour time frame as well, this is where I was looking mainly, is that we can also see 1, 2, 3 pins here. So this has given us a slight edge for a potential reversal. So I've used the data from the daily, I've used the data from the 4-hour, and now I've used the data and the execution on the 2-hour time frame. Okay, if that makes good sense. Moving average wise, we could potentially be crossing over soon. I didn't really want to go in and wait another 2 hours for the 4-hour to close because I believe we could miss out on a decent risk reward trade, because if, for instance, this did start to decline on the 4-hour over here, we could have maybe even closed 20, 30 pips lower, which obviously makes my risk reward not as good as it is. Now, I do believe that potentially Euro USD has got potential to go down and tank, maybe, we'll see in the next 2 days or so, and rest on 1.1235 or 1.1250. So we're going to be watching anywhere around 1.1235 and 1.1250 over here for any potential areas of support in which it could maybe rebound from. If not, we could see it break this level and so on. So this is a nice trade. I've entered on the 2-hour time frame, taking the data from the higher time frames, nearly a 1 to 2 risk reward with this one. Now it's 47 pip stop loss, 87 pip target. It could take a day, it could take 2 days. Let's see, but I'm quite confident on this trade actually, quite confident, especially after seeing the 3-pin formation over here on the 4-hour time frame, and we could class this as a spinning top as well, and we could class this red one as a shooting star. So we've tried the highs, and now it's time for us to maybe roll back down. So that's Euro USD. This is the trade, 2-hour time frame. Let's see how this one plays out, and I'm going to be catching back on it soon. Sorry, it's been a long day over here. I've been doing videos non-stop, guys. So Euro USD, this is trade number 6. Hey traders, welcome back to the Euro USD trade, and we have quite a result. So this is the hourly. Let me just switch back over to the 2-hour time frame. Now the 2-hour time frame last time on entry, I did explain as to why we were entering this trade. Okay, I waited patiently for the 2 hour candlestick to close. I've seen a 3-pin reversal, 1, 2, 3 above the daily highs, and we can also recognize this as an area of accumulation. Positions are being accumulated around this area, and what I mean by accumulation is, obviously I've already explained it in the course, but we're looking at the market trying to trick people into buying, maybe hitting some stops, staying around this zone for a good maybe 8 or 9 hours, and then boom, we've actually came all the way down. I was with students at this time, and it's on one of my recent YouTube vlogs. We're watching this trade, and I did in fact get distracted, and I didn't actually close out when we were 15-20 pips away from the target. I kept the trade on as we were coming back halfway to near enough break even. And then yesterday we had some FOMC, Federal Reserve announcement at 3 p.m. Okay, so we were watching this at 3 p.m. yesterday. We spiked all the way back up into loss, but from the back end of the news, what's actually happened is the FOMC speech has been released, and then the market, not just the Euro USD, but some of the other majors as well, have spiked straight through the lows here, as you can see, straight through the highs there, as you can see, and then it's finally found its overall direction. The high of this spike here is in fact a lower swing high in comparison to this structure, and obviously it's made new lows. As you can see, it's tapped bang on to one of my support levels there. So if I can just go over and just show you the daily time frame at the moment. So Euro USD on the daily time frame, we had a shooting star. We came into the profitable area, okay, of the trade, of the short trade. We consolidated for more or less a day. News has spiked this thing higher, and we've closed the shooting star for the week ahead on the Euro USD. I am in fact looking at this thing going short, okay, next week, because today is Saturday, the market is now closed. 4 hour time frame, same thing, as you can see here. Clearly we spiked all the way up, boom, so many stops hit, so many buy orders entered, and then we've dragged the price overall to the downside, which was the bias, okay, which was the technical bias, wasn't it? And as you can see, the news, before it actually fulfilled and the market went in the technical bias direction, it messed around for a little bit. So I didn't get out here. Unfortunately, I was watching this, I was getting a little bit scared, okay. Again, the stop loss was only 47 pips. Came, I would say, a third the way to the stop, and then boom, smashed straight through the target. So this was a great trade. 87 pips on this trade, and there's another prime example of manipulation around the news, around the central bank announcements and so on, guys. So again, another success in the bag. So I hope you enjoyed that trade. On to the next one.